Okay, welcome to Foundations of Pre-Calculus Math 10. Mr. Johns. We are on Chapter 4, Roots and Powers, and we're going to be looking at Section 4.4, which is Fractional Exponents and Radicals. Basically, what I'd like you to try to do is figure out what 9 to the power of 1/2 is on your calculator. Now, when I use my calculator, and I do 9 to the power of 1/2, it gives me 3. Well, if I find the square root of 9, imagine there's a little 2 there, it also gives me 3. And this is actually our powers with rational exponents where the numerator is 1 rule. So if I have x to the power of 1 over n, that is like the nth root of x, where n is a natural number and x is a rational number. Now, using this rule, if I have 8 to the power of 1/3, I can use my calculator to find that. But if I want to do it, evaluate the following without a calculator, I need to think of this as the third root of 8. Well, I know that 8 is like 2 cubed, and the third root and cubed are inverse operations, so therefore this is 2. If I have decimal 64 to the power of 1/2, this is like the square root of decimal 64. And this is decimal 8. Now, in this case, this exponent applies to the negative 27 and to the 64. So it's like the third root of negative 27 and the third root of 64. And so the third root of negative 27 is negative 3, and the third root of 64 is 4. So my answer is negative 3/4. Now the next thing to do is we're going to play some more. On my calculator, I want you to find what is 8 to the power of 2/3. And when I use my calculator, I get 4. Well, now I want you to find the third root of 8 squared. So 8 squared is 64, and I want the third root of that. What do you know? I get 4. And if I find the third root of 8, which is 2 squared, again, I get 4. So again, this is another law. X to the power of m over n, here we had 2 over 3, is like the nth root of x to the power of m, or in the third case, it's like the nth root of x all to the power of m. Either way, it works out where the rational exponent turns into the nth root to the power of m. And again, m and n are natural numbers, and x is a rational number. Let's look at another example. I want to evaluate the following. 4 to the power of 3/2. Well, this is like the square root of 4 cubed. Well, 4 cubed is 64. And the square root of 64 is equal to 8. So without even using a calculator, I was able to do it. In this case, 3 to the power of 1.5. Now I can use my calculator to just find it, but I could also think of 1.5 as 3 halves. And then I would be thinking it's the square root of 3 cubed, so it's the square root of 27. And this is going to be some decimal value, and I'll just use my calculator. It is rounded 5.1962. If I take 3 to the power of 1.5, I get the same value. Now you try 8 to the power of 2/3. Okay, now what I want you to do is write the following in exponent form with, it should say with a rational exponent, like m over n. So in this case, remember that this value is m, so this is like 2 over 5. This becomes the 5th root, and this is 3 squared. 0.75. Now this is in exponent form, but I want a rational exponent like m over n. So 0.75 I'm going to think of as 3/4. So therefore this is like 7 3/4, which is the 4th root of 7 to the power of 3. In this case, I will have the value 8. 5 will be my m, and 4 will be on the bottom. So it's the 4th root of 8 to the power of 5. So your task is to do section 4.4 assignment 1, A through D, E, F, G, H, number 2, number 3, and number 4 is a word question to figure out the surface area of your body. If you need any help, let me know. Good luck.